What's up, guys? We have two shocks here. We got the Fox 2.0 IFP shock, very popular. We sell tons of these, and then we got kind of a newcomer to the stage called the Eibach Pro Truck. Now, a lot of you guys are familiar with Fox. A lot of you guys have experience with Fox. We have a lot of experience here as well. We've ran numerous versions of Fox on our own truck, Tacomas, Tundras, Broncos. We got a lot of vehicles that have ran Fox, and we also have a number of vehicles that have ran Eibach. We're here today to talk about Eibach just being one of our newer recommendations as an alternative. What we see a lot of negative sentiment about in the market right now is the longevity of Fox, warranty issues with Fox, the serviceability, the service requirement of a shock like Fox. Now, Fox is kind of categorized as a performance shock. This is the performance series, so kind of entry-level performance. This is like a $200 shock, so it's $200 per shock. Call it $800 for a full set on your vehicle. With Fox's kind of limited 1-year warranty, we see issues arising at the 14-month mark, 16-month mark. I'm sure there's going to be a number of you that chime in right now with being denied a warranty claim right outside of that warranty window. And that's just heartbreaking as a retailer like us that's selling tons of these parts. Naturally, the negative feedback is the loudest. And it's unfortunate because, in our opinion, Fox is extremely comfortable for most vehicles that we've ever ran them on ourselves. We ran them on a Silverado, a couple of Tacomas, this Ram right here, and a 4Runner. I've been in Jeeps with Fox. I think they're one of the most forgiving, comfortable, daily driven shock out there right now, but it's unfortunate about the lifespan that we see. And so that brings us to the new contender on the market, being the Eibach Pro Truck. Now, these are a kind of a sealed shock package, meaning they're not serviceable like Fox, but at the same time, they're German engineering, USA made, and the ride, what we call like the ride profile, the ride behavior is very similar to what we see in Fox. Typically, we've been kind of categorizing feel here at Shock Surplus between firm like a Bilstein, soft like a Fox, and then Eibach is kind of occupying a new category in between, kind of more of a balanced approach. So not as firm and digressive like what you see with Bilstein, not as soft and what some people might even think too squishy and too sloppy with the Fox, but right in between, very balanced, lots of control and still lots of comfort. So I would say an upgrade in comfort and an upgrade in control, and not really leaning too heavily in one direction. Another big benefit with Eibach, similar to Bilstein, is the longevity that we see out of a shock like this. They're not serviceable, but at the same time, you should be able to get 150,000 miles out of a shock like this. You cannot say the same for a Fox 2.0. These things, Fox even says these things should be serviced between 30 and 50,000 miles. Service on one of these shocks costs about $100, not to mention downtime of your vehicle or labor to get these shocks on and off. With all of that said, you're definitely more than halfway to just buying a brand new set. Whereas something like this is going to ride extremely similar to a Fox 2.0, but last maybe even the lifetime of your vehicle, or at least your suspension setup without issue. Right now we see very few Eibach warranty claims. Naturally, we don't sell as much Eibach as we do Fox, so there's a little bit of a skewed data point there, but so far we've tested Eibach on 3 or 4 vehicles, have been extremely impressed, mainly because they I want to say they came out of nowhere. We've been selling Eibach since 2007 across a bunch of passenger car applications, but for the trucks, a little bit of a newer player in the space, and what they're delivering with the Pro Truck shock has impressed all of us here to kind of earn a recommendation when people are kind of gun shy about a Fox 2.0 and the price point and the service requirements. So along with that, it also earns a good recommendation spot for people that have heard about Bilstein and been recommended Bilstein, but also kind of weary about how firm or how quote harsh that ride might be. Well, we don't think it's harsh. Bilstein is harsh at all. It's definitely sportier and firmer kind of feel to give drivers true feedback for the road, which is I consider myself a driver, not a commuter. Eibach also holds a place there where it's a good mix of comfort, good mix of control, and really not too extreme in either direction. So we just wanted to make a really quick video on a popular alternative to the Fox 2.0 because Eibach is now coming out with a lot more applications. We've got Ram Super Duty, Ford Super Duty, Ram 1500, F-150, Silverado, Ranger, Tacoma, 4Runner, Tundra, Canyon, Colorado. What am I missing? A bunch of applications now, reservoir shocks, coilovers, all sorts of suspension systems now for a lot of these late model trucks. Eibach now has an option for. So if you've watched this far along, thanks so much for your attention. Hit us up in the comments with any questions you have on your vehicle. If you've ran Fox or you've ran Eibach on your own vehicles, let us know in the comments as well, because you will help the other members of the audience that might be a little bit too shy. We'll be there answering questions, and if you have any questions on anything else, support at Shock Surplus. We're all over the place at Shock Surplus, and we'll see you guys on the trail.